Alpha
Omega.
I've started practicing the Kabbalistic cross and the LBRP, and my question is, since I'm no empath, should I feel anything with doing these? Tim,
Yes.
don't worry about feeling stuff while you're doing them. Good, do the Kabbalistic cross and the LBRP, but that's not enough. You need to do, doing the Kabbalistic cross and the LBRP becomes like washing your face and brushing your teeth.
Mm-hmm.
It's just a quick cleanup. It's a cleaning ritual. You need to be doing the middle pillar. Charge your energetic body.
Yes.
That's what you charge it with. Middle pillar charges your energetic body. The other one, the LBRP and all that, is just to clean up before and afterwards. But if you're not charging your body, it's like buffing and waxing your Lamborghini day after day and never taking it out for a test drive, never driving it, never
What a
turning on the
crime.
engine.
Crime.
It is. Don't expect to feel too much, because especially in the beginning when you're doing the LBRP, don't worry about it. You don't expect to feel anything particular. Now, when you're doing the middle pillar, what you want to feel is you want to feel the vibration of your voice through your entire body, all the way down to the tips of your toes, the tips of your fingers, and the tips of your hair. You want to vibrate everything.
It reminds me of the times when I have been at a rave and found myself dancing with the speaker. It has that same deep
resonance,
pulsating resonance to it without the ringing of the ears. It's really quite nice.
Now, bear in mind that when you're working with middle pillar, you're working with Sephirotic energy, which is different than the active energies of the paths. This is another way, a Hermetic way of saying the same things that the Buddhists talk about yin and yang.
Yes.
The two different qualities of what they would call the chi, which is really the God force energy, which is Holy Spirit, which is prana, which is mana, which is all of these different
Luke's
things.
mana, prana, chi, mojo, juju.
It's all one juice. It's
Right.
life force that we live on.
Yes. Yes.
So, what you're going to notice is that over time, you begin to get these little explosions of energy, not during the ritual, but during the day. During the ritual, just pay attention to your physical sensations.
Right.
Get your whole body vibrating. Then, during the day, don't look for it during the middle pillar, because it's not going to happen. Middle pillar uses the magnetism of your body. It's the magnetic quality of the God force, the yin quality of the God force. And what you're looking for are the outrushing yang outbursts, the spontaneous waves of shine that come over you. Because your energetic body is active already.
Yes.
It isn't everyone, whether you notice it or not. It's all autonomous. You're feeding on that energy all the time, but just enough energy to keep your programs active. Just a tiny, tiny bit. It's just a minimal of current. That's what the current from the God force energy that is kept flowing by your autonomic nervous system.
Right. Yes.
But it's just a tiny, tiny bit of juice. What you need to do is learn to turn on the lights. The first thing that happens is that the waves of life force, the waves of God force, the waves of energy begin to flow over you. You begin to notice eruptions of this energy at random times during the day.
Yes.
I noticed, for example, in the beginning that I could, what you do is just pay attention to when they come.
Right.
These things happen to you already. You just don't notice it. It's there. And once you begin to pay attention to the energy moving, the first time you notice it, pay attention to it. Just start with that. Don't do anything. Just pay attention. Notice when it comes. Maybe put in your diary when it came. For example, I noticed in the beginning that I would get these rushes of energy very easily when I would change temperatures. Like if I would go outside, I was living in Europe at the time. If I would go outside and it was really, really cold outside, and then I would come in afterward.
Right.
Then all of a sudden you get into that warm after you've been in the cold, and it's like, whoosh.
Mm-hmm.
Men also experience these rushes of energy very easily when urinating
Mm-hmm.
because of the prostate gland, because it's at the base of your spine.
Mm-hmm.
The coccyx is there, the serpent of Kundalini at the bottom, and then it comes up and comes out, rushes.
And for women, it's even easier. Just a few quick Kegel exercises and some concentration will send the energy up.
So in the beginning, just notice when the energy is moving. Step 1. Step 2, how to activate the God Force energy in yourself. You start with the middle pillar and the LBRP, step
Right.
1.
Right.
Step 2, when you start to notice these little rushes of energy coming over you, pay attention to them.
Mm-hmm.
Write it down, put it in your diary.
They're important.
Step 3, then the next time that one of these rushes come, that one of these ecstatic outbursts of energy come washes over you,
Mm-hmm.
see if you can make it come more.
See if you can turn up the volume on it.
See if you can make it last longer.
Mm-hmm.
Or if you get one outburst, see if you can get another one to come.
Right.
Try to get a second wave to come
Mm-hmm.
and see what happens. And take your time to relax into the waves and really look at their quality and how long they last and all of that.
Mm-hmm.
Because what you're trying to do then is, once you've become aware of the God Force and you're reconnecting with the God Force, you're trying to bring that energy under your will so you can control it.
Yes.
There are a whole lot of different things about this later on in the directing and all of that, but you're learning that with the Kabbalistic cross, you're learning to direct the God Force energy.
Mm-hmm.
Bring it up, bring it down, bring it to the side, to the other side, to move it around.
Yes.
And then what you're learning now is you're learning to reconnect with the God Force. And you do that first by just noticing it when the little rushes of energy come. And then second, you begin to cooperate with it and try to make it come a little bit more. And then the final phase, the next phase after that, is to learn to make it come at will,
Right.
where you can summon the rushes
Mm-hmm.
and direct them. So this is the process for a beginner learning to open themselves and reconnect with the God Force energy.
Right.
So let's see what we've got here. Any other questions here? Oh, it's President Griffin and First Lady McQuade. God bless you, Ben. You're such a sweetheart.
Yes,
Everybody
thank
is.
you.
Everybody, you're also loving. Thank you so much. We really love you a lot. That's why we're here. Yeah, is there a limit how much life force a physical body can handle, and what happens when that limit is reached? Good question, Yintel. And there are limits, and it has to do with how strong you are energetically.
Mm-hmm.
It's like anything else. If you go into the gym and you try and bench press 350 pounds, you're going to hurt yourself.
Right.
You're
Right.
probably going to choke your full self if there's not someone there to help you get it off your neck.
Right.
But the best you're going to get out of it is a hernia.
Mm-hmm.
But if you stay at it, we just showed a video of Lou Ferrigno in our video today. If you haven't seen it, make sure you watch our premiere today. We've done some really interesting things with some footage from last month's Spellwork Mastery class.
Mm-hmm.
And Franco Colombo, one of my favorite bodybuilders, recently passed away, so we put a little tribute to him in there. So if you train like Franco Colombo, and you train every day and every day and every day, you're going to turn into a beast like Franco Colombo did.
Mm-hmm.
And if you train energetically every day, doing your middle pillar training and strengthening your energetic body and learning to shine, you notice that you begin to shine more and more and brighter and brighter.
Yes.
And then there are, for those who are really strong already, advanced alchemical techniques which just really open the floodgates.
Mm-hmm.
But you can't use those techniques until you're strong enough. They would hurt you. That's why we don't teach these things out in the open publicly on our public videos, or we don't teach these things even in the lower grades of the Golden Dawn. We teach you how to strengthen your energetic body, how to get stronger, how to shine, how to reconnect with the God force. And then the more advanced techniques that might hurt you if you're not trained and ready for them, we save for later. But no, you're not going to hurt yourself. And how much, not with the middle pillar and the LBRP, certainly not. Mm-hmm. So how much limit is there? How much life force a physical body can handle? Depends on how strong you are. Mm-hmm. There's no way at 20 years old I could handle the life force that I shine constantly at 64. It's really, really quite amazing. All right, so this fourfold breath business. I focused on practicing the fourfold breath over the past week, and as far as I understand, this is a building block for future practices. Could you explain some of the applications of the fourfold breath later on? Or am I getting ahead of myself here? Well, I'll be happy to explain to you an application of the fourfold breath that you may not have thought of. You can use the fourfold breath to disperse anxiety, and the way that you do it is that you concentrate on your diaphragm and expand it completely outward when you inhale, and push it completely inward and squeeze when you exhale, so that you're tightening your stomach muscles and you're stretching your rib cage. And this kind of physical motion combined with the fourfold breath is incompatible with anxiety. You're going to notice the anxiety just flow from your body when you try this.
And if you can remember the fourfold breath and the way it calms anxiety, if you ever happen to get pulled over by the police, you'll find that you are very logical and calm and things go very much according to plan.
Very much according to plan. Destin wants to know about physical initiation as a neophyte. Does it help to open the candidate to see more clearly in other realms? Yes. Being connected with the egregore of the order certainly helps you with your spiritual development. The neophyte initiation rebuilds you energetically. It's a good start. But you can also accomplish this a lot on your own. This is why I'm teaching you this. You can accomplish a huge amount. First, you need to strengthen your energetic body. Do some middle pillar. Do some LBRPs. Get that strength there. Get in contact with the God force, so that when you begin to do your invocations, you have some real energy behind you. Then, what really opens you to see more clearly in other realms is the spirit vision. Nothing better than spirit vision.
The Illuminati have cast a powerful spell on the peoples of the earth. And while many still sleepwalk like zombies in a trance, they have prepared everything nearly to enslave humanity under a new world empire.
Of our hearts, the power of our magic, and the strength of our numbers, we still can break the spell put on our people.
We're just a ragtag bunch of magicians armed only with the power of our prayer and the power of our faith and the power of our magic. But whether you be Christian, Jew, Wiccan, pagan, magician, shamanic practitioner, or any other stripe of spiritual warrior of humanity against this evil falls to us.
So we, who now, to stand with us against the rising darkness, because you're our only hope.
Have you ever wanted to gain real magical abilities so you can become the master of your destiny?
Do you wish you could get the ancient secret key for free so you can build the life of your dreams?
If you've wanted more out of life, to become all that you can be, physically, romantically, financially, spiritually, then you need to take action and get this right now.
That's right, and for free, but it won't be available for much longer.
So go right now to thescienceofmiracles.com and get started. Achieve the prosperous life you want for yourself. Gain ultimate life mastery. Also find our daily ritual live stream.
That's right. Every day, starting at precisely sunrise Pacific time, you are invited to experience first-person shooter magic you'll find nowhere else on the web.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. And It's not only unique in the way that it's presented, where you're live right in the middle of the action of the ritual, but what's even cooler about it is the ritual is written in the first person perspective of Jesus Christ. This comes from a manuscript that archaeologists found in Egypt. And they say that it comes from very, very, very early Christians, but the Christians themselves, those early Christians, say it was actually written by Jesus and was the secret magic he taught his disciples.
Regardless of who wrote it or who practiced it, we have picked it up, dusted it off, and we are taking it for a test drive, and you are in the passenger seat for the whole thing.
You bet. And it's really quite amazing. You're going to check it out. I mean, until now, after it was discovered, this manuscript has been in the hands of scholars. This is the first time it's really in the hands of magicians and being brought out and brought back to life. So check us out every morning at sunrise.
Are you familiar with the Rosicrucian with what's his name? He's popular in the States. He's the president or the from the Golden Dawn. What's his name?
Oh.
David Griffin.
David Griffin.
David Griffin.
David Griffin.
Have David Griffin.
I saw an email yesterday that he sent out about, you know, there's a magical war going on.
Demons of the infernal realm. All of them.
There is really a magical war going on. There is a guy called David Griffin who is heading all these magicians.
David Griffin is S.L. McGregor Mather's present successor.
David Griffin.
David Griffin.
David Griffin.
David Griffin.
I'm Golden Dawn Imperator David Griffin.
David Griffin.
David Griffin.
David Griffin.
And David Griffin.
You know, there's a magical war going on.
So there is really a magical war going on.
Alpha